Yeah, I'll tell you, strange things just seem to happen to me. Tiffany Fuentes and I are real estate brokers. And if you know anything at all about sales, you know that customer service and the customer experience is paramount if we want to earn repeat business and referrals from our existing client base. Knowledge and expertise, it's a given. What matters is customer service and customer experience. This is why people hate going to the car dealership. Ain't nobody there cares about you or your experience. We know as soon as we drive onto that lot that we're just a salmon who's hopped into the net, and they're going to process us out of our money if we give them a half a chance. Especially at the service department. I had to go in for a free warranty repair, software update. Things that take 10 minutes on an iPhone. On an automobile, you got to bring your car in early in the morning, leave it all day, come back for it late in the evening. Can I have a loaner? A what? A loaner? For a free warranty repair? Are you sure you're even sober enough to drive? We don't give out loaners to you coming in for a free warranty repair. A loaner is when you're getting a 10,000-mile service or a timing belt. Not a software update. You're not getting no loaner for that. But, on a warranty repair, they're the only game in town. What happens when you have a place of business that you want to support? Let me tell you. I'm at a farmer's market. You know the deal. You support your local farmer by buying direct from the stand at prices 30% higher than the supermarket. You know you do. You know you do. You head to the QFC afterwards to get the rest of the stuff on your list, and there's the same product, same producer, 30% less. But you go to the farmer's market to support the local farmer and for the customer experience. You talk to the person about how the cow used to lie among the flowers, swatting flies with her tail, or how the honey is from a raspberry field made by bees who ride Peloton bikes or something. I don't know. I'm behind a shopper online whose trip to the farmer's market, bless their heart, it's the highlight of their week. You know who I'm talking about. Some gray-haired old person who doesn't have many social outlets. Anyway, the transaction's ready to wrap up. The shopper is putting each item away in the reusable cloth bag that they take with them whenever they go shopping because they're good people. But instead of taking back their credit card and saying goodbye, they violate the cardinal rule of transaction conversation. The conversation is supposed to end when the transaction is completed. It's a rule, it's a law. And they're running on about, oh, I saw the pigs on your farm wallowing around on your webcam. Here is where the professional delivers the customer experience for everybody concerned. You're supposed to say something like, it is beautiful, isn't it? Well, thank you, and have a nice day. Next. Instead, the clerk goes on about the importance of letting pigs roam free rooting around like their ancestors used to before we discovered they were food. Come on now, man. It's my turn. My turn. Your turn's over. Meanwhile, there's two other workers standing around talking to each other. They could have jumped in to serve me while the old lonely person was talking, but no! It's okay. The clerk finally calls on me. I know what I want. Let me have 8 of the Italian and 6 of the kielbasa. And just as the clerk turns around to start my order, someone dashes in from another stand and says to the clerk, my clerk, hey, you want to trade some kale for sausage? My clerk actually stops what they're doing, turns to the kale lady and says, what kind of kale? What kind of kale? You have a paying customer here who wants to pay for a few pounds of sausage with good old American currency. Not handfuls of kale. Kale? How can it possibly matter what kind of kale when you have a cash, or to be fair, because it's a no-touch transaction season, I'm a credit card customer. What are you talking to the kale lady when you're supposed to be taking my money? And what are the other two people just standing around behind the counter talking to one another? It's Lascianato kale, says the kale lady. I'm watching this in disbelief, credit card in hand, ready to pay with actual lawful legal tender, and my clerk starts talking about how much they love Lascianato kale, even more than they love red bar kale. A line starting to form behind me. There's two people doing nothing behind the counter. The kale lady exclaims, "We also have Siberian kale." There's a bunch of ready customers all ready to pay with the actual coin of the realm. And count them, four farmers market salespeople. Their job is to sell product to customers. And they're all talking amongst themselves. So I say to the other two people behind the counter, "Can you finish my order?" And one of them says, "We're on break." I'm not railing against the working person here, but aren't they supposed to be more like brand ambassadors and less like their lifers at the Department of Motor Vehicles? This is what I mean by customer service and the customer experience. If Tiffany or I acted like this to customers, we'd be out of business in no time at all. So you know what I did? After I finally got my sausages, I marched straight over to the kale stand. I asked for the manager, and I bought 2 heads of Lascianato kale. Thank you, that's my time.